Hello, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be creating a sketchbook, and I'm going to be creating it using a selection of papers from different sketchbooks and sketch pads and blank sheets and all the things. So every piece of paper here is different. I'm going to figure out how to bind it all together and we're going to make a sketchbook. I'm quite excited. So let me gather the supplies, and yeah, I'm a little bit nervous, but it will be fine. So I don't need to be nervous. I just don't know how I'm going to construct it, which is why it's taken me so long to record this, but we're going to do it. It'll be fine. Okay, I did just count that. That's 27 sheets of paper. I'm going to have a quick scout of my selection of sketchbooks to make sure that everything is included here before we get started. I've gathered some supplies. I don't know if you remember, you may not have seen it, but I got this for, I think it was my birthday last year, so 2024, because I've really been wanting to make my own sketchbooks. So I've had this for a while. I really love the different binding techniques, so I'm going to have a look through it to be inspired. At the same time, I really enjoy the Pith sketchbooks. This is how they bind their sketchbooks, and I love that they lay flat. I really enjoy that. So we're going to take that on board as well. There's a person, I will link their Instagram account in the description box, but there's an account on Instagram and this person makes sketchbooks, and she does them like sped up reels, but she has supplies, different tools. This is the only tool I have, which again was part of a birthday present. It is not by that person. I think it was probably from Amazon, but it's going to do the job, so it's okay. And then I have one of those bone paper thingies. I don't know if I'm going to need it because I haven't worked out how I'm going to trim my paper, but I also have the board, which again was a gift, part of my birthday gift a year and a half ago. So we're going to, I think first of all we need to get the paper cut down to the same size, which isn't really going to work because some of it's quite narrow. Let me find a narrow piece. Like this is super narrow. That's not going to work as a page, is it? That must be a Talons. No, Stillman & Burn Epsilon, Mixed Media 150 GSM. See, I was organized. This is Stillman & Burn as well. This is the Beta Mixed Media Cold Press White. So some of them have a natural fold in, but that's probably not going to work for going through because the hole's a bit damaged. As you can see the light. So I really don't know. I think the first step is to look through here for inspiration. So I've gone through it. I really like the look of this project, Inaiza from Cairo, Egypt, which uses the Coptic stitch and the long stitch, and it allows the book to lay flat. The other one is the stab stitch, this one here. Becca Hersbrunner from Arlington, Texas, and she's used the stab stitch in interesting ways. Now, when I flick to the back and I look up stab stitch, this is the only one that really works for different sized pieces of paper because you do it as a single page. You don't create signatures, you don't fold them into signatures. So that is probably the way to go. And the method here uses Yosume Toji, the 4-eye binding. Tells me what I need. I don't have linen thread, so you know. The other option is the long stitch, which will allow it to lay flat when open. And that one doesn't specify thread, so I feel like I can use what I've got. The only thing is that you have to have 9 sheets and they should all be the same size. So I'm going to think about this while I prepare food. I'm going to have to video this tomorrow or the day after or the day after. But I'll come back and I'll have everything ready this time, I promise. I'm back in a different location because I had to give up my workspace for a little bit. I've clamped my pages together and I figured it's actually going to be a lot to stab stitch through as per what I showed you already. So we're going to glue it. The only glue I have, also because I don't have linen thread or beeswax. So we're going to use this Pritt. It's the only glue I have. I've never used it before. It's been in my cupboard for about a year and a half. I've clamped the pages together because apparently that's what I'm supposed to do. And this is a single layer of paper. I haven't folded them. I found out my stubby brush never used this either. I have no idea if I'm doing this right. My cat suddenly appeared. She always appears when I'm filming and then she shouts at me for making a noise. Only noise I'm making is talking, but she gets offended by it. Okay, I think I'm going to leave that to dry. Can you see it glistening? I'll get another clip. I'll pinch that with that clip so it stands together. I also brought in some, this is like salvage of fabric. I believe it's cotton, I'm not sure. I could do a boon test, but I don't really have time for that. So you can see there's some transparency to the one section and not with the other. This is the salvage, it's like the edges of the fabric when it's woven. So when I go back for a second coat, I'm going to put some of this on, but I'll show you that process. So I found another clip, as you can see. it's holding it in place. I might pop a little bit more on. I don't want to overflow it, of course, but I also don't want to underdo it. And I have no idea if this glue is good. It's just a more natural, non-thingy one. Non-toxic, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm going to leave that like that. Let it dry. Don't quite know how to rest it. We'll just let it here. Once that's dried, I'll come back and show you a second coat. Hey. Oh, it's still a little bit tacky. I'm going to do another line of the glue just because time is getting away. I got things to do. I think I'm going to make my own book press because I have lots of materials and stuff. My dad and I actually took apart a rocking chair that's solid wood, and my mum loved that rocking chair, so I thought it'd be a good way to utilize it, but I don't know if he's used it for anything else yet. That's going to be so cool. See it glistening? I'm going to pop this back on there to hold that. I'm going to let it dry and we'll add the fabric. I think I'm going to use that fabric. I might look to see if I've got anything else that's a bit sheer because that's quite solid. I'm just going to get the scrugginses off the brush as well. Right, I will leave that again. It's been there for about an hour before, so I'll leave it for another hour and come back. Okay, it's been about 2 hours. You can see it's shiny, but it's not tacky or anything. I found out this bit of chiffon. I've cut it on the bias, so you can see it's got like a stretchy bounciness to it. The joys of working with fabric is I know the different names of fabrics and how to best use them. So what I'm going to do is just lower that slightly. We're going to whack some more glue on. We're going to put that there. Now I'm going to smush it, and then I'm gonna take this fabric, sticky, and I'm just gonna do it like this. I think that should be okay, and then I'll leave that to dry and come back. Exciting. I thought I would quickly check in with an update. It's solid. Can you see that? I removed that. So I attached, I think you saw this, the chiffon. I need to find paper for the end papers, because obviously once I attach this to either end, I can probably take this off now actually. So at the moment we've got the papers actually longer than the boards. Can you see that? And that's kind of ugly, which is why I thought that might look nicer, but I still feel like that's ugly as well. This is a piece of paper that I found out that's just had scraggonses pasted on it, like rolled from jelly plate printing. Can you see that? Really nice. I'm going to pause because the sun is just too bright. Okay, the sun has gone in now. So I'm actually going to, I know I'm doing like a half something job. I don't want to use bad language, but I also don't have a lot of time. So I'm going to cover this with this, pop this on, turn it over, repeat, and then put some books on it so they can get hard. And that's going to be it, because frankly, I'm fed up with this project taking as long as it has. I want to do a proper job, but right now I have so much to do that I don't have time to do a proper job justice, if that makes sense. So, gosh, this glue is terrible. Urgh. So this is the back of a Strathmore toned paper. I've said that just so that I've got, oh gosh, the wind. So I have it for prosperity because I can see that I'm about to go over it. Oh, this glue is terrible. I need to get a more suitable glue, but okay, this will do. You ready? I feel like I should have covered the board, but never mind. Again, you can see I'm just winging it. Giving it a good press. I don't have a press yet. Okay, so this is Talon's paper from the Art Creation sketchbook. Probably should have trimmed that down, shouldn't I? This is my first time ever making a sketchbook. This is probably obvious the way that I'm making it. I think this came out of the square book, judging by the size of it. I think I trimmed part of it off. I'm going to line it up the bottom with my cutting mat. Do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Ah, I've got sticky fingers. I think I need to like clamp it right now. And then I'm going to leave it like that to do some stuff and we'll see how it is. Good morning. It's the next day because frankly I ran out of time yesterday and light. So I found out this piece of paper, I think I already showed it to you, which I'm going to put on the front so I can easily differentiate the front from the back, because this grey board is kind of ugly. And then this is packing paper, maybe from Jackson's, and I thought I would just repurpose it to add a little bit of visual interest. This obviously isn't going to be the most like beautiful looking sketchbook. For me, it's a practice run because I want to, well, I'll tell you the ultimate goal. When we get married next year, I want to make our guest book, the one that people sign. So ignore this. This is an old page from the book that I was writing. So I figured this would be a great practice run. I already know one thing that I would do differently. Several things actually. One is the type of glue. The other is the prep beforehand. I obviously did not wash my brush last night, so it's a bit crunchy. And maybe I should just get this done and then talk to you, because it's quite noisy, isn't it? Oh, this glue is terrible. I know why it exists. It's like supposed to be better for children to use. I have not left enough paper to wrap it under, as you can see. So with all that said, I know I'm kind of like not doing this the right way. That's fine. I figure if I'm not doing it right because I don't know how to do it right, at least do the people know it's possible to make a sketchbook without having everything perfect. Do we want that to be a bit straighter, or am I just going to handle it? I'm just going to handle it. I'm not going to get precious. I've lost what I was saying, sorry. That's what I've seen this Instagrammer do. They use a piece of paper in that way. And they use their bone folder. Oh, I don't have any corners to go around the corner, so that is nice. Okay, should we have a look? So that's what the front looks like at the moment. I know it's not terribly exciting, but it's better than a kick up the bum. Right, do I want it to be that way or that way? I think that's wider and I want it to come above that line. So we're going to glue directly on this because I think that's probably the better idea, isn't it? I'll go up to the line. Looks like I didn't do a very good job there. Let's whack a bit more glue down. I think it's really important to always wash your brush after you're finished with it when you're gluing, like you would when you're painting, because this brush is really gnarly. You can probably just see this shine. Oh, I haven't gone all the way up to the edge. It's fine. I'm probably going to end up having to tape it up there anyway. I'm going to keep that, maintain that slight diagonal feel. Like that. I'm going to fold it round, and I'm going to fold it round. I'm not going to stick it to the spine because I'm a bit worried that if I stick it to the spine, it's going to make the spine go bleh. So that's what I think I'm going to do. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It's fine. I can handle being wrong. But oh, this is going to be a nightmare to glue as well, isn't it? Stay like that. Oh dear. If I was to show this to my ma if she was still here, she'd be like, half it, not allowed to swear on this channel. But she'd still be well proud that I made it. Yeah. Okay, then going up, which hasn't been glued in theory, down. I'm quite chuffed with it so far, I have to say. It's not going to last massively long, but it's okay. Now, how am I going to cut that off? Oh no. Maybe we let it dry. You can't see that very well, can you? I need it to be straight on so I can see, but when doing that, you can't see. Oh, look at that. See? Look at that. Isn't it cool? You could use a craft knife or a blade, scalpely type thing. I have one here, but I don't want to get my rulers out as well. Stop fiddling because I'm going to break it. Gosh, that's so cool. Then the other side. Ta-da! So this sticking out a bit of paper is actually a piece of paper in the sketchbook. I just didn't want to cut down the ruckled edge. I have to re-glue that. Okay, should we have a look? Here it is. You ready? Look at that. It lays flat. This is Pitangelo. This is Fabriano Venezia. This is Bockingford cold press pure blah blah blah. That's the glued bit. Milan de Roy cotton. How cool is that? I made that, guys. How cool is that? Is here this paper? It's all different. There's not the same piece in there twice. So the only issue I've got is because I didn't find out like the end papers. I've got the Talon's Art Creations on the front end paper. This is a pith, tiny one, Stillman and Bone Epsilon. This is a pith, Stillman and Bone Beta. And then on the other end paper, I can't open it properly, it's the Strathmore toned attached to the card. But that's okay, because I just wanted something that was easily recognizable. My hope is that I'll use it for later in the year. I've got August or July, I'm not sure which way around it'll be, landscape month, and this will be perfect to put it through the test. but we'll see how I get on. Exciting. Right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please give the video a thumbs up if you made it this far. Let me know what you think about my sketchbook in the comments below, and let me know if you'll be having a go. I can't wait to make more now. All right, take care. Bye.